Okay, this is Yikes754 and we're back with UAC Fail PlayStation Edition. This time it's yet another new map. This would be level 44, Street Brutality. This map is converted from Relentless Evil level 15 from the PC version, which has not been released. Oh god. But yeah, this map is off to a little bit of a rough start. Thank you, Mr. Kakadine. Your services won't go unnoticed, and therefore I reward you with point-blank SSG blast. But yeah, this map is a little bit difficult. And I made some monster changes here. Because the original map used to have some hit scanners. This map, to respect PlayStation Doom MAP44, this map has 0 hit scanners in it. So I replaced a majority of the hit scanners with either demons or imps. And some of them were actually, I think, replaced by revenants. But yeah, it's also texture-wise, I tried to give this a little bit of a MAP44 resemblance with that weird little destroyed walls and a little bit like that. And also this map has a good deal of revenants. And this room is fairly dark. But this room used to have windows in it on PC, but I removed those windows for visual reasons, and I wanted to give this a little bit of a creepy blue feeling to it. So, and then we can go over here. This is even more darker warehouse with a handful of imps. Not too many, but oh god. So hard to see them, but I decided to only add a handful of imps so that it's not like super difficult, or place some nightmare imps or other monsters that are very difficult to see, so I didn't really want to do that. And this area went through some changes as well. Please. Mostly texture changes, and then I decided to remove this little thing and replace it with a switch that will open up a door that is nearby. And also I gave this area very, very dramatic shadows, because the original map didn't really have shadows, but I wanted to have this a little bit of an evening setting. And now we have to go over here, and it will open up this door that will lead us to the this kind of a center house or whatever. I don't know what that should be even called, but anyway, that center structure that will allow you to access this area over here. And this area also didn't have any shadows on PC, so I wanted to give this a little bit of a shadow makeover and give that a little bit of a creepiness, that little evening creepiness to it. And but yeah, let's proceed inside this newly opened building. This is not too difficult. And also this room, it looks mostly the same as it was on PC, but in this case I removed all of the windows, because it's like visually, if we would have that many windows on PlayStation, I think it would not be a good thing. And this is where this map gets a little bit more difficult, because we have to deal with a Cacodemon and Revenant. But the problem is that we don't have awful lot of cover in this one, and not to mention that we might have imps coming like that. So you want to take out that Revenant really quickly and make sure that you're in a position that you're ready to evade his rockets. Press this one. And then we will backtrack over here. And this will allow us to access this little room. It's a little bit dark too, but I wanted to give this evening setting a little bit of a more justice. And then let's press this one. We will get that key eventually, but for right now we have to deal with this guy first. And it's a little bit of a backtracking between this building and this building. I decided to make those doors remain open because on PC this actually this room actually there's a huge drop from this building to this building on PC. So, and this is a timed door, so you have to like kind of like press that switch every time. So in this version I thought that okay, maybe I'll just leave the door open, and so you can get kind of like just run into this building, and there's this new door that has been opened. Press this one, and then we have to backtrack once again to this area. But this time we will get some company. There you go. And then we take the key. And this is where this map starts to get, once again, even more difficult. Because for those who remember PlayStation 2 MAP44, might also remember that there was this one moment when you realize that everything changes. Yeah. Get this huge horde of revenants and some mancubite, not too many. I would say that there are maybe like 12 revenants or something. But there are plenty of rockets. But as a whole, I think it should not be really like super difficult. But you just have to be very, very, oh god, just like that. And since we, well, actually there is armor placed in this map, but I'm not going to tell you where to find it. It's a little bit low ammo setting, I think. And you constantly have to be aware where you know, you might have those, you know, wandering enemies and things. But this is where we can find the yellow door. So this is where, you know, all that, you know, that horde came from. And I'm gonna do one last little check and make sure that there are no enemies. No. And yes, there is actually a way to get there, but in this video I won't be showing that for a very good reason. So we're gonna probably, oh yeah, and the PC version actually had a cyber demon here. So it was just the cyber demon was roaming all over the streets, and you know, it was actually the first cyber demon of the original Relentless Evil. And in that case, this map would have been map 15 of the original Relentless Evil. So he came from all over from here, then he started roaming around the streets. I tried that in this version, but I didn't really like the way that, because this is map 44, and I didn't really like that, and it didn't feel like PlayStation at all. So I didn't really want to do that. Wow, I'm impressed. But yeah, this is where the exit is at. So let's leave this map. Yeah, I showed only one secret, so this map has plenty of secrets. Plenty of secrets in this one, and it's a little bit funny how I didn't really like this map one bit when I started converting it, but I think it turned out to be an okay map, I think. It's an okay map, I think, and I would say that it's one of the most difficult levels of Doom 2. At this point, I think. Level 38 is pretty tough too, but this map is something else. It's a little bit more difficult one, mostly because of the Revenants. Not to mention some Mancubi, not too many of them, but they can still wander around the streets, so that can be a little bit dangerous. But still, if you have the BFG, this map is still not going to be much of a problem. And also, there's a lot of space on the streets, so you can kind of like, bypass those, hordes of enemies and things. So, but still, I think it's an okay map. And I also do have map 40 in the conversion process, or going through the conversion process. It's one of those maps that it's going to go through, as I said in that previous video. It will go through massive texture changes, absolutely massive, totally massive texture changes, and it will bear a resemblance to PlayStation Final Doom map number 2, so who knows. So that will probably be the next map that is finished. But yeah, with that I think we're all done here, and yeah, thanks for watching, and see you.